What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Alex here alongside Jake.
What's up, everybody?
We are live and in living color on a Friday night. We've got Kelso on Blue Tron against Art on Orzhov, what I think is Orzhov Blink. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell icon, and set it to all so you don't miss out on content like this. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you're following us so you don't miss out every single week. We go live at 7 p.m. Central over on Twitch. And consider becoming a subscriber by giving us some of those Bezos bucks. Get access to the emotes, ad-free viewing, and you get to look at the video as soon as we are done streaming each and every week. And of course, hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all of your Magic the Gathering needs, and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Okay, we've got Blink versus Tron, Blue Tron. How do you imagine this one's going to go as we see Thoughtseize?
So I think it really depends on how many white Orchid Phantoms Art has in the main deck. Where if Art's able to stop Kelso from getting the Tron lands online, slow him down enough, and really pull him off of the Tron game plan, I think he has a very good shot of winning. The problem with Blink is it doesn't win particularly very fast.
Yeah.
Art does have a really good start with the turn 1 Aether Vial. Really happy that he's probably really happy that he was on the play instead of the draw, because we saw Kelso spell pierced a Thoughtseize. So if that Vial would have gotten spell pierced, I think Art would have been really upset, as that's, your best game plan.
Yeah.
Game one. Looks like he is playing some amount of blue lands. I know Art and I have been talking a little bit about the Blink deck, so he's probably on some amount of consigned memories inside board, and then you get the third color for pending.
He did tell me that he was playing whatever you were playing most recently.
Yeah. So this should be Orzhov Blink. I am very on the deck right now. I think it's a good deck. I think it's got a lot of
endorsement.
I think it's got a lot of really good plays. The problem is a lot of the matchups have learned to play around it, and Kitrimos I don't think isn't like as strong as it was when it came out. That card was everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think it's gone beyond the flavor of the month a little bit.
That's fair. It is definitely not new anymore.
No, it's definitely not new. That Aether Vial is on 2. I think that Aether Vial should be actually on 1, because you play it turn 1 with 0, and it's turn 2 it should be. I think that Vial should be on 1.
You are more than welcome to go let them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go double check. Be right back.
Alrighty, so we've got hey, what's up, Jesse? How many players tonight? Gotta assume at least a few people are away at the Indy. Yeah, they are. I think we have a 14 or 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Oh, so Art's saying it is turn 3. So we obviously weren't paying attention when we were doing the intro, and Jake's gonna come back with his tail between his legs here. Yeah, we missed a turn because of the intro, I think.
Oh, that makes sense. We definitely did, and that's my bad. But I think it's better just to double check then, because hey, putting extra counter on Aether Vial would be way too good.
Yeah, Blue Tron live and in living color here. Let's see how Kelso, or rather, if Kelso can get things rolling. I think last time he was in the feature match area, it did not go his way.
Stock Up, what a card! I
absolutely love this card. Great card.
3 mana, better than Divination. Better than
way better. Oh my god, Divination.
Oh
my god.
I feel like every so often we get a small handful of we get a push to the Divination package, and I think Stock Up is the now furthest we've gone.
What was that one instant speed Divination they gave us?
Oh, it's from Throne or Wilds of Eldraine. I don't remember the name of it.
I was like, holy smokes, if you would have showed me this back in like 2013.
Well, do you remember a little while ago when they were trying to push Ponder, but they kept making 2 mana variants of it. So we had
Yeah.
like the Omen of the Sea, and then there was Deliberate. I think it was from Ikoria.
Mhm.
They've been doing a lot to try to push the draw spells to make them more, power
I
leveled.
want to know, and it'll happen eventually. I think we'll have a 1 mana either draw one, surveil two, or surveil two, draw one. Eventually,
Oh, it's like Serum Visions, but Surveil instead.
yeah. Or it'll be like preordained, but
Yeah. I can see that in a Modern Horizons. I think Surveil 2 draw one for 1 mana is a lot of value.
oh yeah, I
Just
think it'll happen though. I mean, they're very Wizards is very clearly like they don't care about just ticking that, pushing the envelope
just a little bit.
power level.
And I kind of like that thought process. I would rather my cards be fun, interesting, and powerful. And I would rather a card get banned because it was too good than have this entire set of mostly lackluster cards that don't see any real form of play.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. There's always
I
gonna
think
be
there's like a
there's
healthy
always gonna
there's
be
a
bad cards, right?
oh yeah, there's a healthy medium, but there's a recruiter guard here for Art. Gonna fetch up the Philia, which is really good. Gonna be able to flash the puppy dog in on Kelso's end step. I kind of doubt it resolves. Does it stick around? Nope, it's gonna get spell snared. These Emperor Bones, I don't know how much Kelso really cares about his graveyard being exiled. Probably not a bunch, but these Emperor Bones are going to make it so that Philia might come back and flicker the recruiter of the guard, and we could see Art go and grab maybe. I think one of my favorite lines in this Orzhov Link deck is when you're missing land drops, you can flicker your recruiter of the guard to get one of the either Bogart Trawler or Witch Enchanter to grab a land.
Yeah, get you land.
But I don't think we're going to do that here. We're just going to go in for combat. We're just swinging for 5. Oh, are we gonna do the I'm not gonna animate Philia. Which it does get the combat attack because it is attacking. It doesn't come in tapped and attacking. It reanimates it. There's a lot of fun moves with Emperor Bones where you can you can activate it on your opponent's turn to get back Sawtooth at instant speed. And if you do it on their end step, it sticks around until your next combat phase because it sacks at the beginning of the next end step. So there's a lot of really fun, goofy ways you can play around with Emperor Bones. I think that card is incredibly cool.
There's Overlord of the Baelmerk.
Broken Merc, if you ask me. I think that card is a wild card. I love the Overlord cycle. Caster's a cutie. I mean, let's say both of us for Kevlin's sake.
Like,
by the way, I'm coming in with a save.
thanks. Yeah, appreciate you.
Got I think a little bit of a lighter crowd tonight here at Impact.
Yeah, I think there's only about 16, maybe 14 or 16, but a lot of people are in Chicago and or Indy.
It's a busy weekend for
Competitive
spike players. Which
yeah.
Welcome to Modern. we're all kind of spikes.
What's the one that like has to play whatever deck they want? Like they have to play?
What do you mean?
It's not Timmy. Or I guess it is Timmy, yeah. Well, they always play like their deck,
Oh,
whether it wins or not.
I think
Whatever.
that's not a Johnny, is it?
Johnny just wants to.
Johnny's a
cool
Johnny's
stuff.
a combo player,
Yeah,
right?
Just wants to do cool combos. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see the new Ugin here.
There he is.
That's Ugin, Harvester of Storms or something.
No. I don't know what it.
Ugin, Eye of the Storms. This
There
is a
it is.
newer card. 7 mana, Planeswalker. When you cast a spell, exile up to 1 target permanent. That is 1 or more colors. And whenever you cast another color spell, you can exile a target permanent that is 1 or more colors. So you get Vindicate on cast, and you also get a Vindicate whenever you cast a color spell. And then you can plus him to gain 3 life, draw a card, which in Tron, it's going to stabilize your life total a little bit. You can add 3 colorless mana, which Tron has a lot of follow-ups you could play into the 3 colorless. And then -11 gets a bunch of colorless creatures on the battlefield. Probably just wins the game if you do it. Most Planeswalkers probably win the game if you ultimate them. but he's going to be here to really get down, stabilize the board, pick off the Philia that had the Emperor Bones. One of my, like, if I'm playing the black white deck, honestly, Ugin is one of those cards that's really scary to come down. However, Art's going to be able to vial in the Ketramos here, which might mean we're able to kill this Ugin. It's at 9, I think. Gosh,
Did I hear a niner there?
dude, Ugin takes up to so much loyalty.
I wonder if Kelso plays the other Ugin, like the 8-drop. That card seems really good in just exile every.
I think it's really good if you can actually resolve it. The problem is, can you actually resolve it? I don't know about that.
I mean, yeah.
Art can swing with the Ugin. He's got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 is 8. So I think Ketramos is able to go to combat here.
All right, folks, I'm going to step outside and leave you with Jake for a moment. Go do some social media type things.
So it'll be just me for a few minutes. We're going to go to combat. We're going to swing. We're not going to exile with Emperor Bones, which is, or we exiled the map. We're not going to get a creature. Probably not a bad idea. Just kind of save the cards in your graveyard for a bigger swing. Ugin goes down. Overlord ticks down. Passes the turn. Back to Kelso. Kelso draws. He sees a map. Doesn't look like Kelso's got a ton of action going on. Then again, it doesn't take a lot to really have these blue Tron decks kind of explode into really high-end plays. Now we're only at the only cutest caster, which I agree with. I agree. Kelso does play some of the coolest brews. Kelso's got I think it's Urza's Cave or something like that, which lets him find any specific land in his deck. That card is really, really cool in a lot of ways, I believe. It hasn't seen as much play as I think it could. We got a lot of mana. Portent of Calamity. Let's pull that one up because that is one I don't know off the top of my head. Here we go. It is a X-Spell. Reveal the top X cards from your library. For each card type, you may exile a card of them from among them. Put the rest in your graveyard. You may cast a spell from among them without paying its mana cost. If you exiled 4 or more cards this way, then put the rest of the cards exiled in your hands. So he exiled a whole slew of cards. There is a Emrakul there, so he could cast an Emrakul for free. There's another stock up. There's a couple lands. There's a swamp. So I think that's a swamp. It's a goofy looking land if I've ever seen one. So he hit an Ulamog, so he's gonna have a whole bunch of cards in the graveyard. So we're gonna cast Emrakul for free. Big old dude, Emrakul, the Promised End's gonna have a cast trigger. He's gonna be able to control Art's next turn. Discard to hand size, which you know is always a good problem when you're playing Magic. Unless you're not getting lands, then it's not a good thing. This is something I was talking about a little earlier with the Blink deck. Is sometimes your opponent just does things and you don't really have a good way to respond to them. You have any counter spells? I think some amount of counter spells are really important. Obviously, Art probably gets to bring in some amount of consigns next game, but doesn't help if he's not hitting his lands here. So we're going to Fatal Push one Mr. Bones. He's dead. I think what would have been fun is if I'm Kelso, I think I would. I mean, I guess you draw a card then, but I think I would have gone. I guess you could have gone to combat, taken the Solitude from the graveyard, and then pushed it to try to get 2 cards off the field. Because this way, if This way, if Art hits another Emperor of Bones, he can get back that Solitude, and that's going to actually be able to exile the Emrakul, the Promised End, which does put Kelso up to a healthy, like, what, 27 or something like that? But um I also would have upped it. I agree with you, BioAmp. I think there is a I think one of the benefits of playing a lot of decks in Modern is you learn the best ways to screw with them when you're playing your Emrakul the Promised End. When that card was in Standard, I feel like if I would have played more of my opponent's decks, like the blue-white flash deck, I think I would have learned how to screw with them better. But I've casted that card a bunch because I played Green-Black Delirium in that format. So I think there is a pretty high skill intensity to being able to use Emrakul the Promised End, and it like amounts down to how do I screw my opponent's turn up the most possible way I can. So we're gonna go to combat. Ketchmos is gonna swing in. He's got Menace, so Emrakul ain't blocking that guy. The giant tentacle monster is very scared of the probably much smaller cat god. Kelso down to 10, Art up to 20, I believe. We should be changing life totals, but that's okay. 10 to 20, Overlord ticks down to 1. Yeah, it's hard to see the lines. I have no idea if there's any Infinity players tonight. Alex is out doing some social media stuff tonight or right now. Maybe he'll know when he comes back. But for the current moment, it's just me in the booth, so not a clue. We're going to stock up, which feels really good when you get tap 2 lands to stock up and you got a whole slew of mana to go after it. I need to buy some stock ups. They're expensive. Stock up is almost more than a Tarmogoyf. For a standard power uncommon. Let's look that up. We have the technology. You can get a stock up. The cheapest listing for stock up is $7. Oh, it's a foil.
That's crazy. I'm back, by the way.
$8 for a stock up, which is kind of wild.
I like how you sold that as like I wasn't sitting next to you for like the last 30 seconds.
I truthfully did not notice you walk in.
That's wild.
So Kelso played a Emrakul the Promised End off Portent of Calamity, which I've never heard this card before.
That's awesome.
Kind of messed up Art's turn. He just exiled Art's
Think?
Petramos with a Kozilek's command.
Mm.
Emrakul going to crash in for a big number 13.
He gets to attack with it. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen, at least in Modern, an Emrakul the Promised End actually connect for an attack.
Yeah, you kind of either concede to it or give up the game.
Any affinity players tonight? I'm not sure. I will check. Sniper. I will check. Usually, Paul's not here. Usually he's playing some affinity if there is any.
I know there's a zoo player. I know there's a couple.
I'm just going to scoop it up, call it.
There's a Jeskai control player out there tonight. There's a whole slew of players. The one thing about Impact is players are not scared to bring kind of whatever they want to FNMs.
Alrighty. Getting started as these guys start to
sideboard it up.
Sideboard.
So Art definitely going to probably bring in those consigns. I'm pretty sure he's playing them in the sideboard. What's up, Kevlin? Team Impact Gaming Center. Good luck tomorrow to anyone in Indy or Chicago this weekend.
Yeah, what's happening?
I believe it is. Is it NRG? Is there an NRG in Chicago? And I know there's Star City. I know Star City Games is Indy, but I do not know what Chicago is. Manny, you swing by and play Modern on a Friday night again. The shop always fires. I don't think I've seen an event, or I've seen a FNM
Modern
not
FNM,
fire.
yeah.
It's always fired with at least 10 plus people. The only times it gets a little sketchy is pre-releases, but they're still gamers always gaming.
It's true. It's true. And here is our overhead cam, just to show off the tech that we have. Got some gamers gaming over yonder. This is only, I mean, this
Half
isn't
of
even,
it.
it's not even half of it, which is crazy.
We need the Blyden cam.
The people demand the Blyden cam.
Let's go scroll over to the left a little bit. Let's see what Eric Elam and Nathan Koch and friends are commandering tonight. If he watches this later. Oh, Eric's at a different table. He was playing with Nathan earlier. Good old Burn Nate, if you were watching him. We got, oh, is it a Parallel Lives?
It is a Parallel Lives.
That person's having a lot more fun than I think the table, but he doesn't have anything else on the battlefield. There's an Innkeeper's talent.
We just switched command.
Yeah, we're just going to
Commentators.
commentate this Commander match instead of Modern. Sorry, everyone.
We're kidding. Don't leave. All right, let's just kick it back down there because they're almost
like they're
assuredly
wrapping up.
ready. At least to get things started for game 2, as Kelso was able to take game number 1 in pretty convincing fashion there. I mean, once Emrakul gets to attack, it's lights out. But yeah, if you are watching live on Friday night, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to follow because we do stream each and every single Friday at 7 p.m. Central. So definitely don't want to miss out any of our content. And if you're watching live, make sure to hit up our YouTube channel where we post all of these videos. And we got to be getting close to 300 gameplay videos at this point.
The YouTube channel I looked is up to like 2.3K subscribers.
Yeah, it's steadily growing.
And Kevin with the 3 months. Thank you, wonderful Team Impact Gaming Center. Kevin.
Only here for the cute commentators. Well, thank you. All right, but yeah, shout out to Kevin for that Prime subscription. That's 3 months. Clipper, thanks for that follow.
Check out Kevlin on his Moxfield account, the same name, to find out all your wonderful knowledge for wizards in Modern. That is Kevlin, Kevilynn. Check him out on Moxfield. Also, there should be a sweet deck tech for wizards that Kevin and I did a few days ago. That should be coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So if you've been wondering,
if you're watching this on YouTube, it's actually already out. So.
Whoa!
I know it's weird how social media time works.
You hear that, Kevin? It's coming.
Yep. Should be out. If you're watching live, it should be out Sunday. So. All right. Looks like Kelso's going to mulligan to 6.
I mean, you're playing Tron. Tron tends to mulligan incredibly well.
Yeah, you ever get the Mold of 7 Carnu?
Oh, the Mold of...
I'm sorry, Mold of
4. Yeah, the good old Mold of 4 Carnu, and you're just like... And you just sigh.
Kellen is a wizard. He's a wizard of the coast. Mold of 4, yeah, the classic. That's right, River. Hey, shout out to River. One of the OGs here on the Twitch channel.
I mean, if you're playing Tron is one of those decks that mulligans incredibly well.
Oh, yeah.
It just is so much better than almost any other deck in the format, I think. Blue Tron, maybe not as much, because you do have the chance of drawing islands instead of just colorless lands that ramp you super fast. I would be interested to see if Kelso's running of the Ugin's Labyrinths or anything, or if it's just Tron lands and islands.
Remember when Alex used to play Azorius Control? Pepper's Farm remembers. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been playing any Modern. My only Magic playing has been a little bit of Commander, and I've been playing Lathril, which is an elf, green-black, so...
That doesn't seem very control freak.
No, I try and kill him quick with Hoof. Trying to hoof him out.
Hoof, there it is.
Tron can mull to 2 and still have 9 mana. That's true.
I think it's especially true now with Kozilek's command. You can do so much with that card. Well, here's the turn 1 map for Kelso. Got to be feeling really good, though no Tron lands in hand. So Kelso's primed to try to hit some lands. Art, unfortunately, has an Aether Vial. He had to play a tap. I think he was kept a 1-lander, but he had to keep a tap land on turn 1.
Yeah.
There's the Aether Vial. Leaving up blue mana for, I believe, he has a consign in hand, so he's primed and ready to launch that off at whatever scary thing Kelso's going to play. It's Hall of Storm Giants.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Crack the map.
Are we gonna get tower power?
Could get a tower. Could get an Ugin's Lab. I don't think he's playing any of the Ugin or the Eldrazi lands. It looks like just Tron, blue lands and Tron lands.
Yeah. It'll be a tower. Fellion.
Flashing the puppy dog on. Oh wait, how could he do that? He played on his turn. I feel like he's playing faster than I can keep up with the turn cycle. Oh, he drew another consign. I think that's what it is. I am so bad at keeping up with Art's turns.
Today at FNM, you played Eldrazi aggro. Yeah, that Eldrazi line breaker.
That card's insane.
The card is insane. That's actually what won last week at our FNM.
It can punch. It punches through so fast. Kelso definitely off to a slower start here. We're gonna play a stock up.
This might help him out a ton. Dig so deep, 6 cards. Kelso says it's a really fun name too. Every time I play it, I'm just gonna get to, stock up.
That card's wild. I mean, not a ton of cards in Aether Drift that have seen a lot of play. And
Detromos and stock up, pretty much.
that's about it. Maybe some of the Verges.
Oh, sure.
I mean, like, I almost never consider land cycles to be part of the set, really. I mean,
surveillance are
surveillance are, but they're like
huge.
how much were surveillance like really murders at Karlov Manor?
I mean, Murders is not a great set.
It's not a great set, but it has some of the best dual lands printed in the past since probably Shocks.
I think surveillance are actually better than Shocks.
I don't disagree. I don't know.
I think
I
they
can feel you. You could have flickered his Aether Vial. That'd been terrible though. But
fetch lands. So fetch lands are the best, and then OG duels, and then surveillance.
you put surveils. I don't disagree.
They just do so much.
Legacy at Impact Gaming when?
We've tried it. We had it on the schedule for like the first 6 months we were open, and here's another map. So we are going to probably see a ton of mana next turn.
I think the problem with Legacy is I think Legacy is a blast. I think that format is super fun. I think the cost is so prohibitively high to, playing the format, unfortunately.
Oh, I think surveillance are way better than the triomes.
I would put
team event. Oh, that'd be sick, Kevin. Yeah, we definitely want to do that.
I've asked Jeff about that so much. I would love to do a team trios. Those were some of my most favorite events in St. Louis were team trios.
Kevin just laid his face on the keyboard when he typed that. Zoom event.
I don't know what you got. I have Mind Tower.
He's probably hanging out with the boys right now at Indy, so give him a break.
I only want to play Legacy to show off my foil.
Oh, now Death and Taxes. Is Death and Taxes good in Legacy right now?
Play Sneak and Show, put a Valgavoth into play, profit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that Valgavoth is seeing play. It's just like a big, almost better Gristle brand.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as someone who's played a lot of modern Death and Taxes in his life, Kelso did he map that or land or did he rip it off the top?
I think he mapped it because the map's in the graveyard.
That's the problem with his black-white deck. It doesn't win particularly fast. So we're gonna consign this. We're gonna try to consign this Ugin. We'll see if Kelso has a response.
Countering the trigger as well, says Kelso, and that is the case.
I mean, you got to play consign.
You do.
people say that Eldrazi's not a problem in the format, but then you look at most how like
Every blue sideboard has 4 of them.
almost every sideboard has 4 of them. And most decks are just
Fair,
playing
just-
random blue lands
Yeah, like
because you have to.
this is Esper Blink for consigning the board.
That's how you listed at the RCQ when I was on camp for game 2. You listed Esper Blank. It's really just
Mhm,
Orzhov, but the blue's in there for 1 sideboard card and to make pending for 3.
There you go.
There's land.
Here's another
Kelso
one. He's
has
gonna
good
play another
choices
one.
in basics.
Does he
say
have
that.
another? He does.
He does have another consign. Actually, he's got 3. Holy
Oh,
moly.
man, it's gonna be a long day at the office here for Kelso.
This Philia is carrying him right now.
Days in Modern win. We got to get it. It's got to happen.
Days, I think. Days too good.
I don't want to hear that. All this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, when we do with my,
There's so much free
I
other
have my
stuff.
yeah my Mr. Krabs daises. We found land number 3, everyone. We got the. Not only is it the land number 3, but it's the color art was missing. And he's so excited. Well, I mean, honestly, looking at Art's hand, it really didn't matter. He's got an Orm's Chant, 2 Solitudes, and another Consign.
Oh, yeah, Conflagrant. That deck is sweet. The frog with Ketramos. I like that. That's just so good.
So I've played that deck, and then another reviewer in the chat, Raptimus Prime, has played that deck. The problem that we kind of encountered with that deck is it does a lot of things that counteract itself, if that makes sense.
So here's Thoughtseize from Art. What are we going to pick here?
Stock up, Portent, and 2 lands. So we only got 2 choices. Is that island? What is
Stock
that? What is that island from? I have no idea what that island's from.
I don't know. It looks cool, though.
It definitely looks like an unland because the symbol's all the way on the side. That'd be a Kelso after the event question, or unless anyone in the chat knows, because
Is
I
that
have no
a-
idea.
Is that a guru? I don't know.
No, I feel like it's
Well, no, I guess they want to be foil. APAC? I don't know. Chat, help me out. Help me out. We don't know. Jeff would know.
with the power of the internet.
Yeah, right?
He
Anything.
also draws a map. Not gonna. I mean, he could search up. Oh, he's got to stock up. So we're gonna stock up first.
Play Ketramos Blink.
Catch
It's
him
a
up left.
Corset Island. I don't think
I
so.
don't think it's a Corset Island. I play. Yeah, Ketchamos is just not the snuff that it used to be, and I agreed not playing it in these decks. When I play it, I like 2, but that's also because I copium myself into buying four full art foils, and if I have them, I'm gonna play them. Then again, I copium myself into my entire collection being full art foils, so being foils and.
I kicked that habit whenever the foils started coming pringled.
I might kick
Oh,
the habit
there's a-
when
there's a
Final Fantasy
Emrakul.
comes out because
The Aeon's Torn, baby. Let's go. Ooh, I want this to happen. I'm sorry, Art. You're the homie, but man, I want to see it Emrakul resolve. Unfortunately, he's got the consignment memory, so it's not going to, but
hey, another foil enjoyer in the chat. You're not really playing Magic unless your cards are shinier than your opponents. So oddly enough here, Art can play this Feely on the end step, and Art can bounce it back with the Otawara or the Subtlety. Oh, he's going to Subtlety it, so... Oh, he's going to Hardcast Subtlety. So we can't return that with Philia. That... Do you want me to step in again? Because I don't think you can do that.
what?
So he subtletied Philia off the Aether Vial.
Oh,
You can't do that.
okay.
1 second.
Hurry, hurry. Don't worry about it. Set it down. Go. Oh my God. No, he's going to draw his card. It's too late. All right. Jake's going to check out what just happened. Because you can't do what Kelso did. So they're going to... Foil versions of Antiquity Tron lands win.
It was the way I thought.
Yeah, so they just... Whatever. I don't know.
So Aether Vial doesn't cast the card; it puts it from your
Puts
hand
it in play, yeah.
onto the battlefield. So there is no. It doesn't use the stack, and once you say yes, there is no point you can interact.
Yeah, it's on the battlefield.
Yep.
Because the activation
It's always fun.
is what
and
puts it on the
especially in
battlefield.
Legacy, you can just tap your vials willy nilly, and as long as you don't, you may not even have a play, and you just kind of like spoof your opponent into thinking, he could put like a 1 or 2 drop in, and I don't. Maybe it's like a random commander card. I have no
Oh.
idea what it is.
Orm's Chance gonna stop Kelso from doing anything this turn.
Nope. Can't attack and can't cast spells.
Where's the Ishikron Scepter? Come on, Art.
It's only a matter of time until we get retro surveils. It might be a couple years, but we'll get.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick. I do like the full art surveils.
I like them, and I like the fact that the little math equation doesn't take away from the art of the card, because there's like that whole panoramic view. If you put them all together, it made some like long convoluted math equation that pointed to a specific card in the set.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
With like the Wayfinder.
Yeah, a little like wayfinder thingy, but like it's like rocks.
Omen
and stuff.
Path. Yeah.
No, it's not Omen Path, Alex. Come on, don't you know Magic Lure?
No, that is what the Omen Paths use, right?
No, it's not Omen Path. It's just like it's Prof's little detection thing. That's like
Oh,
he's a
okay.
detective,
What
Alex.
do I know?
He's a blue
That's
creature.
why they all have hats.
Oh.
It's because they're all.
Modern Horizon 3 was a
They're
hat
all
set,
cowboys.
except, they made the card just dumb and stupid and pushed.
Was it a hat set?
No, it's just the hat part of it was they made these cards too good.
Ether Drift was a hat, and every hat was shaped like a race car.
Yeah, I love my favorite thing about Aether Drift.
Oh, baby, here we go.
Oh,
Here we
boy.
go. It's going to be an Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, and
I'll
it is
let
going
Kelso
to get
do the math.
countered.
There he goes.
I would flip the table.
Oh,
if I
my
was Kelso.
gosh.
I would be so
Oh,
mad.
he's just like, ugh. You can see it in his face. He's disappointed.
Kelso is the nicest dude ever, but you can tell he's very mad right now.
You see just Kelso like just cracking his knuckles like, all right, can we meet outside after this? So you don't get the extra turn trigger and you don't get the Emrakul because they're 2 separate triggers.
Yep. He's going to counter both of them. Yeah.
I think my favorite thing about Aether Drift is all the cards that were race car themed kind of suck, and then all the cards that aren't race car themed are kind of cool and kind of
Yeah.
good.
So as
Oh, it
he
can't
said
be
it can't
countered.
be countered, but you can still target it and counter the trigger.
Gotcha. Well, here comes Emrakul for 15,
Oh, baby.
and he can't Solitude it because it has protection from spells that are 1 or more colors, and Solitude is a white spell. And it has Annihilator 6, so all of Art's things are gonna go away.
Yeah.
dead anyways. There's the
Oh,
handshake.
man, I'm sorry. Yeah, Art, that was brutal. Kelso gonna take it finally.
Kelso gonna break his feature match unfortunate streak here too.
Oh, man. Well, there we have it, folks. Yes, GG's to both of them as we kick it back to the booth. Thank you all so much for joining us. Don't go anywhere if you're watching live because I will have last week's finals on in between the intermission. So don't go anywhere if you're watching on YouTube, of course. Like, comment, subscribe. And then if you're watching from anywhere, make sure you hit up impactgamingcenter.gg because we have a ton of singles and sealed product in stock. Thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure to hit up all of our social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, all those places. Do you have any parting words for the fine folks until next round?
No, just stay in the chat. Don't leave. We got games all night.
Yeah, we got 4 rounds of modern action coming your way. Well, 3 more. But thank you all so much.
See ya.
Adios, everyone.